Haryana is the region where the Vedic civilization began and matured on the banks of the Saraswati River. It was here that the Vedas were written, and it was here that the Aryans used to chant their sacred mantras. The religious war of Mahabharata took place in this sacred land, Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra, and in that Sri Krishna gave the great message of Gita. Rich in myths and legends, Haryana's nearly 5,000-year-old history is full of glory. Being the gateway to North India, Haryana has been the site of many wars. As the years passed, a series of Huns, Turks, Afghans and Mughals invaded India, and decisive battles were fought on this land. Many monuments of this long historical period can still be seen in the form of souvenirs as signatures of time on the soil of Haryana, out of which the Haryana Archaeology and Museum Department has declared 40 sites as state-protected monument sites. So let us know about the state-protected historical monuments and archaeological sites of Haryana. Chor Gumbad, Narnaul. Chor Gumbad, on a rock north of Narnaul city, was built by Afghan Jamal Khan as his tomb. Architecturally, the dome and ogee arches suggest that it may have been constructed during the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq from 1351 to 1388 AD. Shobha Sarovar, Narnaul. This huge pond or sarovar in Narnaul was built by a local chieftain at the end of the Mughal period in the 18th century for the use of the general public. The sarovar was constructed of rubber masonry with a thick layer of lime plaster in the then prevalent style of Hindu architecture. This lake is still in public use. Chhatta Rai Bal Mukund Das, Narnaul. According to the folk legends prevalent among the local people, this huge palace, which is known as Birbal's Hive, built in the best artistic style of the Mughal period, was actually built by Rai Bal Mukund Das, the Diwan of Narnaul, during the reign of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan from 1628 to 1658 AD. Had it done. Mirza Ali Jan's Takht and Bawdi, Narnaul. This stepwell, that is, water tank locally known as Bawdi, was constructed by Nawab Mirza Ali Jan of Narnaul during the reign of Emperor Akbar between 1556 and 1605 AD. It is situated to the northwest of Narnaul city. Shah Nizam's tomb, Narnaul. Shah Nizam's tomb in Narnaul was constructed during the reign of Mughal Emperor Akbar from 1556 to 1605 AD. It is believed that Emperor Akbar was a great devotee of this famous saint and once visited him during his campaign against Ajmer. The mosque within the tomb complex was built by a person named Niyamatullah in Hijri period of 1031, that is 1662 AD. Tripolia Gateway, Narnaul. Shah Quli Khan was a brave chieftain in the court of Mughal Emperor Akbar. In 1575 AD, he was made the governor of Punjab. He died in Agra in 1601 AD. In Narnaul, where he spent most of his life, he built magnificent buildings and a beautiful garden and named the garden Aram-e-Kausar. Tripolia Gateway is the main entrance to this park. Tomb and Mosque of Pir Turkman, Narnaul. This tomb and mosque complex of Pir Turkman in Narnaul encompasses a long tradition of architecture from the Tughlaq period to the British period. Originally, the tomb and surrounding mosque were constructed during the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. The eastern pillar, dome, and a part of the enclosure were built by Alam Khan Mewati in Hijri period 760, that is 1357 AD. European Cemetery, Ambala. 20 heroes of the 1899 to 1902 Anglo-Boer War in South Africa, many of whom were brought as prisoners of war, were held in Ambala jail. Some of them could not return to their country and were buried in this cemetery after they were hanged for waging war against the British. Ancient Mound, Bhirana, Fatehabad. Bhirana is the oldest Indus Valley civilization site dating back to 7570 to 6200 BC. Excavations have yielded a threefold cultural sequence known as the pre-early Harappan and mature Harappan periods. The Hakara ware culture was observed for the first time during the excavation season at this site. Kunal, Fatehabad. This site in Kunal, Fatehabad was discovered in the year 1981. Archaeological excavations at this 8,000-year-old pre-Harappan site were started in the year 1986. The hoard of royal objects, including beads of semi-precious stones found in the recent excavation season, is the first of its kind in the region of Haryana. Remarkable silver objects have also been found from this site. Sheesh Mahal, Farukh Nagar. This Sheesh Mahal in Farukh Nagar, Gurugram, was the residential palace of Governor Faujdar Khan, appointed by Emperor Farrukh Siyar, grandson of Emperor Aurangzeb. This palace was built by Khan in 1733 AD. Lal Gumbad, Sohna. This tomb complex at Sohna, locally known as Lal Gumbad, consists of twin tombs and a mausoleum dating back to the Lodi period. The red sandstone pillars of the portico of the twin mausoleum are responsible for its local name Lal Gumbad. Qutub Khan's Mosque, Sohna. Qutub Khan's Mosque is located at Block Chungi 1 near Saap Ki Nangli in Sohna. It is a rectangular-shaped structure with 3 arched gateways. The arch is made of red sandstone on the wall opposite the arch. Dargah Char Qutub Complex, Hansi. A group of monuments located west of Hansi city is known as Dargah Char Qutub. Jamaluddin Hansvi, Burhanuddin, Qutbuddin Munawwar and Nuruddin or Noor-e-Jahan were famous Sufi saints of their time and were called Qutb. This monument celebrates the final resting place of these 4 saints. Jahaz Kothi, Hisar. George Thomas, a native of Ireland and the uncrowned ruler of the region between Sirsa and Rohtak, built this building for his residence during the 18th century AD. It is a good example of pre-British architecture in transitional phase. Ancient Mound, Karsola. The Karsola site is located about 1.5 kilometers east of the village on the right side of Julana Fatehgarh Road. It is spread over an area of approximately 17 hectares and is situated at a height of approximately 5 meters above the surrounding ground level. The temple of Baba Madhunath is situated in the middle of the mound, spread over an area of about 1 hectare. Ancient Fort, Safidung. This historical fort of Safidung was built in the 18th century by the rulers of Jind state. The history of Jind as a separate and ruling state dates back to 1763 AD. It was the first fort built by the rulers of Jin state, who were the successors of the Pulkian family. Ancient mound Dharaund Kheda. This place, that is, an unused mound near village Dharaund Kheda of Ujjana Tehsil located in Jind district of Haryana, is famous by the name of Nachar Kheda. In previous excavations, archaeological remains from the pre-Maurya to Gupta period have been found in this area. Ancient Tila Balu Kathal. This ancient mound site, located about 2 kilometers north of Balu village in Kathal district of Haryana state, was discovered in 1977. Excavation work started here in the year 1979 revealed a sequence of 3 cultures: pre-Harappan, Harappan and post-Harappan. Tomb of Sheikh Tayyab, Kathal. Sufi saint Hazrat Shah Kamal came to India from Baghdad, and after his death, Sheikh Tayyab took over the spiritual throne of his guru. Sheikh Tayyab died in the late 16th century. It is said that this tomb in Kathal was built by Hazrat Shah Sikandar, son of Hazrat Shah Kamal. Bricks Bawdi Kathal. Located in Kathal, this stepwell is locally known as Bhai Ki Bawdi, which is made of Lakhori bricks with lime mortar. As the name of this monument suggests, it was built by the brother rulers of Kathal state during 1767 to 1843 AD for the use of the general public. Victoria Memorial Hall, Karnal. It is a fine example of Indo-British architecture built on the occasion of Queen Victoria's visit to Karnal. The hall is a unique combination of architectural styles, Indo-Islamic and European. Old Badshahi Bridge, Karnal. This bridge near Karnal was built during 1540 to 1544 on the instructions of Sher Shah Suri to facilitate safe and easy passage for travellers. It is a stone bridge with 3 arches which is structurally strong. Temple site of ancient Shiva temple, Pehova. This ancient temple is situated on the southern bank of Saraswati river in Pehova town of Kurukshetra. It was built around 8th to 9th century BC. Many sculptures of Hindu deities and other architectural members of the temple have been found from the ancient site of this ancient Shiva temple. From these discoveries, it is speculated that this was the site of one of the Shiva temples mentioned in the Pehova inscriptions. Buddhist Stupa, Kurukshetra. The ancient Buddhist stupa is situated on a mound in the northeast area of Kurukshetra University. 5 baked brick structures were recovered during archaeological excavations. The first 3 structures belong to the Kushan period. 1 belongs to the Gupta period. The last structure has 4 successive phases ranging from the Vardhana period to the latest medieval period. Vishwamitra's Mound, Pehova. Vishwamitra's mound at Pehova contained the remains of one of the Vishnu temples at the site. Scientific clearance of the site by the Department of Archaeology and Museums, Haryana, yielded beautiful stone sculptures depicting scenes from Ramayana and Mahabharata, which are the first such discovery in Haryana. It is the only known brick temple remains of the Pratihara period in the area. Sheikh Musa's Dargah and the hanging minaret, Nu. The simplistic and utilitarian architecture of the 14th century Sheikh Musa's tomb reflects a perfect blend of Mughal and Rajput styles. Earlier called the Dargah of Hazrat Sheikh Musa, it is situated at the base of the Aravali range of Tavadu Road. One of the 12 gateways around the Dargah has moving minarets that vibrate in unison. It is also called moving towers or swinging towers. Dehra Temple, Firozpur, Jhirka. The Dehra Temple in Firozpur, Jhirka of Nu was probably constructed between 1451 and 1508. The architecture of the temple seems to be greatly influenced by the then prevalent Lodi style of architecture. Ancient Gumbat, Palwal. This memorial is situated in the middle of a municipal park in the Housing Board colony area of Palwal city. Architecturally, its shape is octagonal and the plan from the interior is square. Ancient site Kachi Kheda. This ancient site is situated in an area of about 7 to 8 acres in the southeast of Gadi Patti village of Hodal Tehsil of Palwal district of Haryana. A large number of remains of pottery and traces of bricks are visible on this mound. Sati's Pond and Chhatri, Hodal. The Chhatri over Sati Ka Talab was built between 1765 and 1767 in memory of Balram, brother of Kishori Devi and the only son of Kashiram, who was killed during the invasion of Delhi by Jawahar Singh. It is said that when his body was being burnt in Bharatpur, his wife Jaskar wished to commit sati, and her wish was fulfilled. The ashes of both the husband and wife were brought to Hodal and placed on a platform on which it is said that the temple was built. Bhima Devi Temple Complex, Pinjore. The Bhima Devi Temple Complex, also known as the Khajuraho of North India for its erotic sculptures, consists of the restored ruins of an ancient Hindu temple dating between the 9th and 11th centuries AD and is near the 17th century's Pinjore Gardens located in Panchkula. The idol of this Bhima Devi temple was built during the reign of Gurjar Pratiharas. Nahankothi, Panchkula, an important and the only relic representing British architecture of the 19th century AD in the modern city of Panchkula, is known as Nahankothi. This monument was built by Prince Surjan Singh and Bir Singh, sons of Raja Fateh Singh, the ruler of Sirmaur state. Ancient Mound Sug. This mound site of ancient Sug, about 5 km wide, is currently situated under the jurisdiction of village Amadalpur. The mound was excavated by the Department of Archaeology and Museums of Punjab University and the Government of Haryana. During the excavations, 3 periods were discovered, including the Mauryan period, the Shunga Kushan period, and evidence of occupation of Sug after the 7th century AD was also discovered along with antiquities. Buddhist Stupa, Chaneti. Around the 3rd century BCE, during the reign of the Maurya king Ashoka, the ancient city of Shrugna, or modern Sug, became an important center of Buddhism. This stupa at Chaneti, 3 kilometers northwest of Sug, may have been one of the 10 stupas referred to by the Chinese pilgrim Yuan Chuan. This semicircular stupa, made of baked bricks, matches with the Shahpur and Dharmarajika stupas of Takshashila. Ancient Mound Karankot, Fatehabad. This ancient mound of Karankot is situated in Bhattu Kala village of Tohana Tehsil at a distance of about 35 kilometers from Fatehabad. It was discovered in the year 2019. archaeological remains from the Kushan period to the Gupta period have been found in this area. Qila Zafargarh, Jind. This small fort, located in Qila Zafargarh village on the Jind-Rohtak road in Julana Tehsil of Jind district, was built by the rulers of the princely state of Jind. This building, made of small Lakhori bricks, was built as a post, but the local people call it a fort. Loharu Fort, Bhiwani. Loharu Fort is a major monument of Bhiwani district. It is said that it was built by Arjan Singh in 1570. A structure known as the Nawab's Palace was built inside the fort in 1890. Rani Ki Chhatri and Tank. The complex of Rani Ki Chhatri, located at Ballabgarh in Faridabad district, consists of a pavilion and a terraced tank built by the widow of Raja Anuruddha Singh of Ballabgarh in 1818 in memory of her deceased husband. Rani Ki Chhatri is a pillared hall baradari structure with a square plan and high platform. It embodies the Indo-Islamic style of architecture. Ancient Mound, Mughalpura, Uklana, Hisar. The area of the ancient mound located at Mughalpura in Hisar district is about 70 to 80 acres. The objects found in the excavation here belong to the Maurya, Gupta and Kushan periods. Under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, Haryana's Manohar Sarkar is continuously and with full responsibility working to preserve and embellish the historical mythological sites and monuments so that the golden history of Haryana state be preserved for the present and future generations.